Hey Cinemaniacs, welcome to your movie fix on Letterboxd for November 2024. I'm Cinematic Joshua, and let me regale you with my quick reviews that you can see on Letterboxd at Rated Awesome for the full 1 to 2 sentence essence with critique and themes of the movie. And as you can see, every month I do put my awesome top 4 movies of the month. This is from October. Take a look at that. I hope you watch the rest of the series. Maybe a few of them, because I watch a lot of movies in November. Not just new releases, but all different kinds of movies from different eras. We got some horror ones for the Halloween season. So this will be part 1 of probably several. Starting with a new one, Elevation. Now this is one I actually saw on a screener, not the big screen, which I wanted to see because it's more of like an action sci-fi. But I was left underwhelmed. So it's okay for 2 to 3 decent action scenes, and the creature looks good, so special effects are there. I know all y'all love to complain about CG. I think it's pretty good with that, but it's like 2 or 3 characters the whole time, and none of them are that interesting or likable. It's just kind of, okay, that's why I rated cool. Will and Harper on Netflix is one of the best documentaries of the year. It will be in my category for Awesome Documentary for the Rated Awesome Awards coming at you in February of next year. Will Ferrell, my favorite comedian of all time. He is also joined by his good friend Harper, who has now transitioned from a man that he knew from SNL as a writer to now a woman.
I love this country so much, I just don't know if it loves me back right now.
It's about the journey through America, through some of their favorite stomping grounds, favorite areas, to kind of build up her confidence. And it's just a heartwarming tale of friendship and acceptance. Really beautiful. You get to see the emotional and personal side of Will Ferrell as well. And it's an eye-opening view of something you don't see very often. On to The Apprentice. Sebastian Stan had 2, hopefully excellent new releases in November. One I didn't see. This one I did. And he's playing the Mad King before he really became an evil overlord and competent in every way. He was just a plucky real estate guy with a terrible family. And he got kind of ushered in as an apprentice of Roy Cohn, a no-nonsense killer. And basically, he stole his 3 rules from Roy Cohn. His rules of living, how to be ruthless and manipulative and cut every corner to gain.
The first rule is the simplest: attack, attack, attack.
I wish there was more insight into stuff we didn't really know before, but generally, even for haters or lovers of that guy, the performances are fantastic. The 2 leads may make it into my awesome actor category. Kill, one of the better full stop, just straight action extravaganzas of the year. This is John Wick on a train, dispatching bad guys left and right. I implore you to watch more Indian films because they're different than a lot of American ones. They usually mix a lot of genres, often had a musical element. This is one of the more rare ones I've seen that's actually under 2 hours. I've never seen one that has anywhere close to that runtime. It was just a no-holds-barred, brutal action movie. I want a little bit more complexity there, but it does have some ebbs and flows and generally a good time. I Saw the TV Glow is exemplary of what A24 does often that I don't like. They are on the forefront of being ambitious. I understand that, but their dramas are usually too artistic for its own good, very pretentious, that doesn't have a lot of cohesiveness of the story, a lot of just decent acting and a maybe okay script, but just very dull. This one, I didn't hate as much as I thought I would. I still rated it cool, so it's still not great, but the visuals were pretty interesting. The score, full of lots of covers of angsty and grunge songs, was different. I enjoyed that. I don't think the analogy gets there as much as they're thinking it should. A lot of people have this on their like awesome top 10 list or 20, and will be anywhere close to mine. A lot of symbology though, a lot of things you could look into it though. Worth a watch. Mads, another one I was let down with. This had an excellent concept, or at least a premise or a gimmick of having one take or really shot in 5 takes and then cut into black. So it looks like it's one take. But this is a horror movie. I just wanted, again, more from it. There's a lot of like downtime of just traveling to places, a lot of things that would have just been cut in a normal screenplay. And it was kind of just meandering and tedious a lot of the ways. Not a lot of characters, but the idea is interesting enough to watch it once. And then we have time cuts. I'm a huge time travel fan. I pretty much will watch any movie about time travel, and I still have lots more to watch. And I have a lot of different lists here on Letterboxd at Rated Awesome, so please check out the time travel and the horror ones and the 2024 ones. But time cut, it missed the mark. It's more like a Disney-ish version of a slasher movie. Like, I think it's PG-13. I will say there's some interesting changes of a coming-of-age story, and the ending is something I've not seen very often. So it's a watch eventually.
Like in She's All That. I don't remember that movie ending in the destruction of the space-time continuum.
All right, if you haven't seen It's What's Inside, I want you to stop this video or finish it and then immediately watch this movie. It's What's Inside is the best Netflix original ever. A brilliant thriller, dark comedy, mind F.
It's trippy, huh?
I loved every minute of it. I was afraid it might be confusing because it's a body swap movie. It's also the best one of those, but it's done in such a smart way because they have name tags with their picture on, who their real identity is. It's fun to see who is in what identity. It's an amazing acting challenge in itself. Even if the movie was bad, seeing multiple actors play multiple roles, I'm always there for. I really hope they continue with this franchise. I would love more body swap sci-fi movies, and it's fantastic. I can't wait to watch this again. This is one of those that is made to rewatch, and you'll pick up other things as it goes along. I had to rewind a scene or two as I watched it just to kind of see where it went, or pause to get everything in it. I might even love it even more watching it a second or third time.
Wow. Yeah.
If you want to look on my actual 2024 rankings on Letterboxd, it's quite high. Honora is one of those movies I heard for a long time, was a hit at Sundance. Mikey Madison is probably getting nominated for this. It might be up for several Oscars. It's a good little dramedy. Some odd choices. It's very sexual, a lot of nudity, so I appreciate that, but some of that's exploitive, of course. It's also very tedious as we go along with what the movie's really about. It's like a road trip kind of movie, and then you're going along with it, and it's like, can we just cut to the part where we find this person? It's got some funny moments. It's just too long in general, but still a good time and worth watching for sure. Woman of the Hour on Netflix. It's like a true crime thriller directorial debut of Anna Kendrick, who also stars in it and is very good. I love her and everything. So that was a joy there. The guy who plays serial killer Suitor is also very good. But the story is kind of all over the place.
Bachelor number 2.
Hello, Cheryl.
And would you please say hello to Cheryl, Bachelor number 3.
We're gonna have a great time together, Cheryl.
And it's focused too much on her, where she was a small part of this case where she met him on the dating game. Okay. But it really should have revolved more about him or the ones who were more integral to the story. I don't know. It just had an odd focus on that for too long. I'm looking forward to see what else she does as a director. I guess I'll give you a little bit of a TV fix here as well. So Agatha All Along is a show I don't think is as good as people are saying it is. I really enjoyed WandaVision for the most part, and Agatha was a pretty good villain there, but I feel like she lost some of the comic flair and the give and take with a bunch of drips that she brings along as other witches for this Witches Road journey. A couple decent mysteries here and there. Aubrey Plaza is in it a little bit, but not nearly enough. Very high on feminine and gay energy. And also kind of tedious. I just wanted to kind of be done. Way too much singing as well.
Darkest hour, wake thy power. Down, down, down the road. Follow me, my friend, to glory at the end.
Wise Guy, David Chase and the Sopranos is a 2-part documentary about the creator of Sopranos and the similarities that has with his characters he created and his own life and the writers team's life. And it's interesting. It's got a few interviews from some of the cast as well. More for big fans of the show, of course. And there's some nice insight into some of the storylines, the whole terrible ending it has. It's got a rough start, though, so stick with it after the first 15, 20 minutes to get less about just David Chase. Heretic is another movie I've been hearing about for a long time now. Critics have liked this. I think it debuted earlier in the year, and like I've always heard that's one of the horror thrillers to watch. And it's enjoyable. I gave it 4 stars, so rated excellent. I think that the hype didn't quite hit it. The three leads are very good, and they're some of the only actors in the whole movie, all different and distinct. Hugh Grant maybe has never met her in a dramatic role.
Scary. High five.
I thought the first half was much better than the second half, as a lot of people have said. But there's some really interesting and intriguing dialogue here about all kinds of religion, how there's proof and disproof for all of it, depending on what you have faith or not, why you're angry about it. There's some good mystery within, but I feel like what the trailer kind of showed with this maze, this labyrinth of a house, I didn't get all the questions answered for that. I don't know why he has that. I don't know how often he does this kind of thing. It's just kind of unclear. Here, a really interesting premise. The camera is just locked onto one living room the entire time as one shot, like a play. And characters come in and out, and they fade every 30 seconds or so. They have a couple of lines, and then they fade, and then you follow another storyline. So the jumbled aspect of it, I didn't like. It could have been a lot more impactful if it was linear progression. And we had some of these major characters played by Tom Hanks and Robin Wright as a re-team with director Robert Zemeckis for Forrest Gump. That could have been a good part of the movie, and they had its other parts. And families throughout time have different issues, and they all kind of evolve. As an experiment, it's definitely worth watching. Thanks so much for watching. Be sure to watch the others in the series so you get a full view of everything I watched in November. Tell me what you thought about them. Comment below, repost, like, share. I really appreciate that. Now have a fourth, and be awesome.